When did you start rooting for our Mariners? I'm Erica on Spirit 105.3. It was 7 years ago when I moved from the East Coast to Seattle. I became an instant Mariners fan. Producer Max has been cheering on the M's since he was like 6 years old. Cara is our very special guest today, and she has been cheering on our M's for just a little over a year. Cara, welcome to the show. How did it happen? How did you become an M's fan?
So one of my best friends that I worked with took me to a game. She just kind of randomly asked me because we got cheap tickets to our union. And other than them hitting the ball with a bat, I didn't know anything about baseball. I'd never watched it before. You can ask her, like, we walked into that stadium, and I'm pretty sure I looked like a kid who had never seen colors before. Like,
Wow.
I was just in awe of everything. It was so much fun. Everybody was so welcoming. Everybody was so excited. It was just electric, you know?
Yes, it is. I felt the same way about baseball when I was like 9 or 10 years old. It was my dad who introduced me. And once it gets in your blood, forget about it.
Yeah, I think I waited like a week, and then I bought season tickets for the next year.
I love that. And so you got to see our M's go farther than they've ever been before. And we know the season did not end the way we wanted it to. It was a crushing loss. But you say that's not what you're going to remember. So what are you going to remember?
I can't imagine how hard it must be for people who have been fans for 20, 30, 40 years. But, you know, it was crushing, but I have so many overwhelming, just amazing memories from going. Like, my husband's not a big baseball person, but he started coming to games with me. We started watching them every night that we couldn't go on TV. My dog, who's a social butterfly, I got to take her to her first game, and she just loved it. She was a little sad she didn't catch a hot dog, but, you know.
Oh, next year.
Yeah, it kind of took over our whole lives this last year. And my husband literally said, you know, the other night after they lost Game 7, he's like, what are we going to do now? I'm like, I don't know.
That is so awesome. So what are you already looking forward to about next season? Like, what's that thing you can't wait to start doing again?
Definitely just, I think, having it in our routine of just watching it every night. It added so much excitement and so much happiness to our lives. And like growing up, I didn't have any interest in sports. And I kind of remember my mom watching it here and there, but it wasn't something my family was really into.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a lot of exposure to it. And I, you know, in my head, I was like, oh, these guys are chasing a ball or a run or score or whatever it is that they're after. And that's not what sports are at all. It's kind of like a family almost.
Yeah.
You know, you walk into the stadium or you log into Facebook and you get into these groups, and all of a sudden you have 50,000 other people that are in love with the exact same thing that you are. And it was, you know, so it's kind of just having that in my life, it just have so much positivity came out of it. You know, even the nights that we didn't win, everybody was still in a great mood. They were just happy to be there.
Yeah. Amazing. I'm so glad you're part of the M's family. Cara, you told me you grew up listening to Spirit 105.3. What did this radio station mean to you as a kid?
Let's see. I started listening to you guys when we moved up here when I was about 12. Sorry, my cat's got a lot to say.
No problem.
And I was only allowed to listen to Christian music. I was raised in the church. And so Spirit 105.3 was really the only thing that I listened to. And music has always been a huge part of my life. You know, I have a great mom, but I did not have a great dad. He was into drugs, he was into drinking, you know, and we eventually lost everything because of him. And music was kind of my comfort. It was always what I turned to. And so Spirit 105.3 was just a huge part of my life from the time I was 12 until I moved away when I was about 23.
Wow. Thank you for sharing your story with us. That means a lot.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like I made a friend, Cara. God bless you and go M's.
You too. Go ahead. Thank you so much.